Hey everyone, Frankie here. I just want to say I'm sorry to all my subscribers that I haven't been uploading videos. I've been really busy enjoying my summer. I've been doing a lot of things. I've been going out, enjoying myself, I've been cooking, and I've been practicing Cantonese, which is one of the main reasons I'm making this video for you guys. In this video, I'm going to introduce to you some Cantonese textbooks that can help you to learn Cantonese more fluently and to also help you guys understand how I learned Cantonese. So let's get straight to it. The first book I want to show to you guys actually is two different books. These two books here, which are published by the, Chinese University Press, which is Hong Kong Chinese University. These two books in combination are very useful. Alone, not so useful. The first book here is English-Cantonese Dictionary. This book is very good because it has words. You can look up words by English, an English meaning, and you can find the Cantonese pronunciation. The bad thing about this book is it doesn't have any Chinese characters, which will in the long run hurt you, because if you want to learn how to read or write in Cantonese or even in Chinese, this book will not help you at all. If you learn how to speak, this book is for you. I would recommend it to any beginner learner of Cantonese because it aids you in looking up random vocabulary you might not know. This book, on the other hand, is a Chinese English dictionary. This book is very useful. It has Cantonese characters, has regular Chinese characters, has Cantonese pinyin, and has Mandarin pinyin for basically all the words. It has about 6,000 common characters and 12,000 compounds according to the back of the book. It's very useful, and it's probably the most useful Cantonese dictionary that's out there that's been published within the past 10 or 20 years. The other one being a dictionary that was published by Sidney Lau back in the 1970s. Sidney Lau wrote a series of textbooks in the 1970s for British citizens who traveled to Hong Kong who wanted to become police officers. As of right now, they're the most comprehensive textbooks available for learning Cantonese. Unfortunately, since they were written in the 1970s, there's lots of vocabulary that is very outdated. And if you learn from it, you actually might have some serious vocabulary problems, like typewriters and fax machines and VCRs and stuff that we don't use anymore that you wouldn't want to learn. Such, even like ink pens or fountain pens, we don't use those anymore. So stuff like that is going to be hard for you to really benefit from all the useful vocabulary that's not in those books. But it will help you build a very strong foundation. So anyway, I highly recommend these two books to beginners of Cantonese or even intermediate learners of Cantonese, because they can aid you when you're reading an article, or if you don't know how to say a word, or if you want to look up a word. These are the books for you. The next book I want to show to you is this one. It's called The Dictionary of Cantonese Slang. I don't know if you can see it here because it's kind of glossy. But this book is published by someone who taught at Hong Kong Polytechnic University. It's the actually most concise Cantonese book that has Cantonese slang in it. You can look up any derogatory term in this book and it would be in here. You could walk down the street in Mong Kok and hear someone yell at someone else, and you could find what they said in this book. It's very concise, very accurate, has incredibly colorful metaphors, as any learner of Cantonese knows that Cantonese has an incredible amount of very colorful metaphors. And I highly recommend it to anyone who's a beginner or intermediate or even an advanced level learners of Cantonese. It's also in Yale Pinyin, and I just love it so much. It just has everything that you could possibly want to learn that would not be in a traditional textbook. I don't even think they have English books like this, but anyway, this is also very good. Another textbook I want to show you is this one. It's called Cantonese: A Comprehensive Grammar, written by Stephen Matthews and Virginia Yip, who are actually married. They're both professors in Hong Kong. Stephen Matthews is a professor at Hong Kong U, and Virginia Yip is a professor of linguistics at Hong Kong Chinese University. They wrote this book conjunctively because Stephen was very interested in learning Cantonese when they met about 20 years ago. When he went to Hong Kong, he learned from Sidney Lau's books, which I mentioned earlier. But those were the only canon books that he could actually learn Cantonese from. So what he decided to do is he decided to write his own book because there was not really many useful English explanations of Cantonese grammar available. This book is the second edition. The first edition was published about 10 years ago, and that edition didn't have Cantonese characters, which, as any Cantonese learner would know, again, that you need to have those for a native speaker to help you, because native speakers can't read Cantonese pinyin. They can only read Chinese characters. So this book does have the characters, and it also has an online supplement that you can go to. So you can pretty much read something in here, see a couple examples, and if that's not enough, go to the website, check out more examples there. An incredible book. I highly recommend it to any learner of Cantonese, especially to intermediate to advanced learners who have any questions about grammar, such as aspect markers, why Cantonese is in a tense, measure words, and other particles that you just might not know about. This is the book for you. The last book I want to show you is this one here. It's called Complete Cantonese. It's part of the Teach Yourself series. This book is incredibly useful for beginners of Cantonese and for any other learners of Cantonese who want to make sure that they have a strong foundation. This book has little stories and little vocabulary lists, just like you would have in a traditional Mandarin textbook. And the stories and the vocabulary is very updated because this is a new version. It came out in 2011. It also has 2 CDs that come with it, so you can listen to these things being pronounced by native speakers, has explanations of Cantonese grammar, culture. It's just incredibly useful book. I highly recommend it to all Cantonese learners, especially beginners who want to learn. And when I teach Cantonese, I use this book because it's just the best book out there that you can learn from. It's arranged in a very, very good method, and it has 22 or 24 lessons, I forget, and it's very, very good. This is the best book for beginners of Cantonese. I highly recommend it. Now that stuff's out of the way, I just want to quickly say that I'll be releasing a new video very soon. Within the next couple weeks, I'll be practicing. I'm not quite sure what song it's going to be, but I'll be releasing that video. And for the cooking videos, I will, I'm trying to think of what videos would be good for cooking, what videos would be the most descriptive, and plus my kitchen is kind of small. I got to figure out how to position the camera and everything, but look forward to those too. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below. I always answer them. Or you can check out my Facebook page at www.facebook.com, Frankie P fan page. Thank you very much. Peace.